Hello, everybody, and welcome to the May 25th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine, and it is ungodly warm in here, so I should probably not be wearing this hat right now. This is my beautiful flowing hair in its natural form, by the way. So you guys may have noticed, it's Friday, and there have only been 2 episodes of Ephrom Josine Show this week. Normally I like to have at least 3, preferably 4 out by this time, and there's a reason for that. You see, I've talked about how bad my camera is in the past 2 episodes. Well, let me just give you an idea. And to give you an idea, I have it hooked up right down there. I'm simply just going to attempt to record something with it and see how that goes right now. Because yesterday it was actively freezing up on me. It was actively making it so I could not actually record anything. And let me tell you, it's awkward right now because I'm looking at two of me. Hi, other me. I'm gonna see if it's still going to do that. Okay. Okay, for a little behind the Ephrom scenes, by the way, normally what I do is I have the recording thing, the camera in one window so I can see myself, make sure I'm not doing anything particularly idiotic, make sure that if something slips, I can get it back immediately. On the other window, I have what I'm reading. I do that so I can always be looking at the camera, because one of the main rules is I don't want to do a video where I'm constantly looking to the side like this, because over here is the article. No, other videos where I'm in that style, I did where I'm looking like here. I find that annoying. I find it annoying when people do that. So I always try and do that. And then when I try and record, like, essentially the thing just screws up. It didn't work. Last night it was not even letting me record. Like, I'd start the camera and immediately it screwed up. It does this thing too. There are 2 things it does that annoy me to no end. In case you're wondering, by the way, I use a webcam. I don't use a camcorder. Well, it's technically not a webcam. It's a Logitech. It's this camera right here. It's the second cheapest I could buy, and the only reason I got second cheapest is because Mom. Oh wait, I just watched Forrest Gump. I'm so sorry. Actually, it was my dad who told me this. Never buy the cheapest. Always buy at least the second cheapest. Um, Unless you absolutely have to. So you guys may be wondering the solution. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I could do an episode where I'm just reading it instead off of the laptop, but either the laptop is going to be in the shot and I'm going to be looking down constantly, or it's going to be beside the shot. I'm going to be doing this the entire episode, where it's, oh, this is an artist, this is a news story. Oh, well, that's mildly interesting, and I just find that aggravating when people do that. But that may be just me. I don't know if you guys care enough. Um, I also figured I should address some Twitter stuff that's been happening recently. If you haven't been following me on Twitter, you should, by the way. I'm at Ephrom Josine1. Um, you may notice there's been some stuff going down with Bronies and Ann Coulter fans recently. Now, Bronies, I expected, and I may go into that in this week's Question Redacted, which just may not even exist, honestly. At this rate, just expect all the things I do. If something I do actually comes out, just call that a miracle. Yeah, I start doing these produced shows. And remember, the first week I did the Ephrom Josine show, I got sick and had to cancel 1 episode. And it hasn't gotten any easier from there. Well, okay, that's unfair. It's gotten a little easier. I can do a weekly series. Maybe I can do a daily series. Who knows? Okay. I just realized my laptop clock is like 2 hours off. Essentially, I was just gonna say there was gonna be a column on Ann Coulter coming this Monday. Don't worry. I pushed back 2 columns just to do that because I'm sick of her fan base. They are the most stuck-up, pseudo-intellectual fan base I've seen in a very long time. go around saying, "Oh, Ann Coulter is such an intellectual." Meanwhile, all she does is parrot Republican talking points while being kind of mean while doing it. I can do that too, you know. I can read the Republican platform and say, "Wake up, silly leftists," every couple of words. It's not hard, is what I'm saying. And I know this is half the length of my normal episode. There will be a 5-day week next week, don't worry. I'll just use the laptop cam when I can. I'm sorry for how bad this week has been to you guys. I really don't like doing this. I really don't. But anyway, I'm Ephrom, and good night. And by the way, next week we will talk about North Korea meetings Monday. I promise you. That is a promise I'm keeping. We'll talk about North Korea meetings and maybe Donald's comments on the deep state. Those are first table priorities. Good night.